Attention of news websites. Now we're going to discuss how to get the attention of news websites.
Why do we want attention of news websites?
Well, search engines trust news websites more than they do other websites. Therefore, their backlinks are worth more
Why do search engines trust news websites?
because they are consistently publishing quality material, have a large audience, and follow strict quality standards. They almost never lie. So, how do you get the attention of news websites? The first way is to join an online community called Haro, or Help a Reporter Out. This is a website that connects journalists looking for quotes, scoops, and information from experts. In return for the content, the journalists usually give a backlink in the article back to the person providing the information. The great thing about Haro is that it is free to sign up and tapped into some really major news publications like the New York Times, Time Magazine, and the Wall Street Journal, to name a few. Once again, sign up is free. When you are set up, you will get updates about publications who need your expertise. Like guest blogging, you will need a bit of credibility to start. Although, once you get that authority from following the other tactics I pointed out, the positive side to Haro is that you will only need to give specific information and not need to craft long-form content unless you choose to do so. So go ahead and search Help a Reporter Out and sign up now. I would also recommend reading up on a guide or two about how to better your odds to getting your story featured. I have included a link to a good one in the resource section of the course. Newsjacking. The second way to get featured in news websites and attract a lot of attention is by publishing posts about breaking stories. This tactic is called newsjacking. It is basically covering a news story, much like a news website would. How can you use newsjacking? Well, if you are the first person to talk about a huge news story, chances are people will link to you and quote you in their content. Of course, this strategy is limited to the information you get. The other way to do newsjacking is by covering a news story that is already broke, but covering it in a different way. You can talk about the underrepresented areas of the story, conduct more research than what is being provided, or look at the story from a new perspective and give your own opinion. For best results, you will need to reach out to influencers and popular websites to get your newsjacking story in front of a large audience. Try using FollowerWonk, BuzzSumo influencers, and Haro. The last way to attract news websites is to create a press release.
What is a press release?
A press release is like an article used to introduce new products, services, or changes in a company. The aim for a press release is that they will be distributed to journalists who will write about them. Press releases used to be one of the best ways to get quality backlinks, but recently have lost a bit of their flair because of the amount of people who create them. I would still insist on using this tactic because the upsides are huge if you get noticed.
How can I create a press release?
A press release is not that much different from a news article. It talks about what's new in the company and covers a few details and talking points. When creating a press release, remember to insert backlinks to your website or the product page.
Where can I submit my press releases?
There are a ton of websites that accept press releases. Some are free and some require a fee. In the resource section, I have listed a few press release websites which you might want to look into. So now you have a few tactics to land some really high authority backlinks. In the next lecture, we'll talk about how to get some awesome local backlinks if your business is limited by location.